What's up, everybody? Foreskin here. I gotta say, man, I got a pretty good werewolf build for PvE. This is for PvE. If you want to try it in PvP, by all means, let me know how that goes. But due to the CCs and all that bullshit, it's a little bit tough. I would assume, I haven't tried it in PvP, but I would assume it would be a little tough to get the hits in. But for PvE, I think I got the werewolf build down. As far as essences go, I've been working very hard and grinding, trying to get all my equipment up. You know, I'm still working on that last Lego gem. Hopefully I get one here. We're going to do a rift here in a second to show you guys what this build's all about. But first, let's go over the skills. So for skills, I'm doing Werewolf, I'm doing Rabid Might, I'm doing Thorn Armor, and I'm doing Fire Tornado. Now, all these skills have a synergy that goes with them, right? You don't need some crazy essences, very simple essences that go all together. I haven't unlocked all the essences yet, but this is starting to feel like a complete build, at least for me, for PvE, for dungeons and open world and stuff like that. So the first thing on the head, right, the helmet, Bonfire Crest. Fire Tornado unleashes an explosion at a target location that damages and burns enemies. This is pretty great. It procs on its own on a critical hit from a primary, which is awesome. The next is Barbmantle. Barbmantle, what it does is it grabs your Thorn Armor. It shields you. Now Thorn Armor shields you. And while it's active, it causes your attacks to scatter thorns. So this is going to help with the mobs, right? Brae's Bark. While Werewolf, you deal 10% increased damage against enemies suffering from a continual damage effect. So this burning from Tornado, right, burns nearby enemies. That burning is considered a continual damage effect. So is the gem that I have here, the Everlasting Torment. So on a critical hit, it's gonna afflict with agony, causing them, dealing 12% base damage. Basically, it's a dot, and it's considered a continual damage. Let me lock all this equipment here because I don't want to fuck that up again. So next is the pants. The pants, Rabid Might now increases your maximum life until you die and temporarily increases the damage of your primary attacks based on your current primal power. So what this does is it increases your primary attacks. And if you activate that before Werewolf, Werewolf only uses primary attacks, or one of their attacks, mainly the primary one, is going to have much better power, right? So while you're transformed, you're going to be that much stronger. And this is what I mean by the synergies it's coming together, right, on this build. So Frenzied Read is just a buff on the Rabid Might, increasing the duration by 30%. Distant Hissing for the offhand. Rend and Tear now slashes with both claws, unleashing a claw wind at enemies in front of you. If burning enemies are too close to you, the range and damage of the claw wind increases, and it knocks back enemies. So again, talking about synergy with skills and essences and gems and greens. We'll get to the greens in a second. Basically, this all comes together. I mean, the burning is a continual damage affecting or going hand in hand with the Everlasting Torment I have here. It procs on its own, which is great for the primary attacking. The Barbmantle is going to shoot out. It's going to shoot out thorns while you're getting attacked, while you're attacking with primary. That also procs on its own. So that's allowing you to focus on the mobs and kind of get through them quickly. And it's going to kill them much faster. Brae's Bark is also, increasing your damage on the Werewolf. That's great. So this is all synergy. This is what I mean about synergy. So if you're a new player, or if you're switching to Druid, or thinking about switching to Druid, at least for dungeons and open world and PvE, I think this is a great build to start with. I have yet to get into the other builds. I'm trying to master one thing at a time so that I can kind of get a good understanding of what each skill does. And remember, it's always best to have one, maybe two skills at most, and use the other two slots to buff those skills in order to have the best outcome, right? To have an optimized build. You don't want to have 4 different skills that do 4 different things because they're just going to have a basic kind of damage. And that's not really the most effective way to go. So if you're going to go for Druid and you want something that to speed through dungeons, speed through the world, run around like crazy as a wolf, this is a very, very fun build. So let's do a Rift here and see how we do. I got some crests. I'm trying to do this 100% free so that, you know, any new players that are coming in and don't want to spend any money and like the Druid class or are thinking about picking the Druid class, this is definitely a fun class to pick, man. I don't have many complaints about it as far as PvE goes. So remember with the werewolf, you always want to howl first. So I got the skills here on my right, and they're going to, well, I set them up according to cooldown, right? So except for the tornado one, which procs on its own, and it has 3 charges, the other skills are set for cooldown. So the Rabid Might is first, and then Thorns is later, turn into a werewolf, just pounce in and just kind of start melting them away, you know? I mean, they're gonna melt quite quickly, like as you're going through. And it's pretty neat because the Thorns and the tornado are things that proc on their own, and I love that. I love that about this class, that it has things procking on its own. It's kind of like the Undying Rage from a Barb. It's really, really cool. Let's find some yellow so I'm not sitting here too long. And for having like 0 stats, man, and just starting out, I think this is a very powerful class in PvE. I think it's very awesome. So if you're just starting out, I highly recommend the Druid class. I highly recommend the Barb class, and I highly recommend the Tempest class if you're starting out, because they're just classes that right from the get-go, you know, you're getting your damage in, and it just lets you get through the game that much quicker, you know. As you can see, I'm just blowing through these mobs, and it's very fun to play. Very, very, very fun to play. This ultimate is also absolutely fantastic. I love the ultimate for this. I think it's so awesome. Boom. So that's a Rift. Got a nice Lego here. Hopefully that'll give me some other things that I could do. But for right now, I'm pretty happy with this class, or with this build. I'm really, really happy with this build. Let's get out of here. Let's go run a quick dungeon. In my previous videos, I did the Forgotten Tower dungeon, so we're going to go back to the Forgotten Towers. If you've seen my other video where I did the Werewolf Summons class, so that's a video you should watch if you're just starting out Druid and you have no essences, no nothing. That's one of the most simplest builds that I could think of as far as you know, synergy goes with the skills and combination of things. When you're starting out, you have no essences, no nothing. Even if you're a veteran player, switching to Druid, that Werewolf build is very simple. You don't need I think you need just 1 different essence for the tornado, the exploding tornado one. But besides that, it's good to go. So let's go redo the Forgotten Tower with my new Fire Werewolf build. Let's solo it. And I was getting through them pretty quickly before, but now I'm just literally mauling through these things, man. Like, it takes no time at all to get through these. Even yellows, whatever. Like, it takes no time at all. And it's so fast, man. I'm still amazed at how fast you can just move around and get to the next point, you know? It's very cool. I love this. You want to howl first to mark them. Always remember that. You want to, when you're doing the werewolf, you want to make sure you howl. You want to see that little wolf head on top of their head. You want to see the wolf head that appears when you howl. And that is definitely what we're looking for here. So you want to maximize your marks. You want to make sure you're howling before you're doing anything else with the werewolf. You want to rush in and you want to howl. And this is after you activate the Rabid Might and the Thorns. So you can kind of get that little buff, those buffs. The tornado's gonna proc on its own. And it's just, I mean, it's a fantastic build, man. I mean, for dungeons, for open world, it's very fun to play. I'm having so much fun playing this. Always make sure to exit out of your werewolf form in order to save primal power. You don't want to be wasting it running around. If you have a little bit of primal power, you want to make sure you exit out of it and you don't waste it as much as you can, so that you can be ready for the next mob. See, I'm done here, so I exit out of it. I run to the next mob. I charge it up again. I howl. Get out of these. And then I move on to the next mob. So again, I'm trying to master each like major skill, right? Because there's a lot of skills. Some of them buff, some of them control, some of them dash, some of them do different things. Right now, I'm focusing on like the main skills that you would use, you know? So like Werewolf is one of them. Werebear is going to be next. But yeah, I mean, so far, I'm very happy with the Werewolf for PvE. I think it's absolutely fantastic. I think I missed a monster here. Where's he at? Oh, they're back here. Okay. What the fuck? I don't know if I fucked up or I have to kill these to get... I guess I have to kill these, yeah. That was weird. So since I'm far away, I use the wolf to kind of get to places quickly. I love this, man. I think it's so awesome. So for a new player starting out, like myself, I have absolutely all resetted stats. I think it's very awesome. I think for anybody coming in, I think this werewolf build should be like the first thing you do. It's fast, it's fun. And it just gets you to where you want to go as far as grinding essences and all that good stuff. And it's as easy as that. So as far as greens go, I would probably focus on... I have a lot of greens here. I have a lot of greens here. And I think I'm gonna do like a 2-piece Shao Boss just to add more to my primary. This is for PvE, right? So like a 2-piece Shao Boss. Probably so all continual damage. So this is Grace of the Flagellant. So I would do a 2-piece Shao, 2-piece Grace. Why? Because of my continual damage. So I'm going to do 15% more damage. So anybody suffering from... So all my continual damage is going to do 15% more, right? So that's a 2-piece. And then a 2-piece on my primary. That's going to increase my primary by another 15%. And then I would do a 2-piece Vithu just to kind of have more time with the shield, have more time as a wolf. That's considered a beneficial effect because it's buffing you. And then lastly, I would do probably since I'm dashing around, you could do like a Gloom Guides, or you could do maybe like a 2-piece Barons. Let's see if I can find the Barons here. The Tyrant, here we go. So like a 2-piece Baron, so the increases the duration of your harmful effects by 30%. So that mixed with Mystery Elixir would be great. So I would do a 2-piece Barons, a 2-piece Shao, a 2-piece Grace, and a 2-piece Vithu. And that should create a really good synergy between the essences and the gems and all that cool shit that I got going on here. I think the build is pretty much complete. I'm going to keep working on it for a couple more days, but I wanted to post this video and just let you guys know that this combination of stuff is absolutely deadly for dungeons, and you should really try it out. And yeah, thank you.